Imagine this for a second. You're under the floodlights. It's a bit chilly, maybe. A modest stadium, but the air is just buzzing. And then, bang! A moment that sends shockwaves, really, right through the football world. We found a story here that's, it's more than just football. It's this huge expectation meeting, just sheer grit. Picture the manager's face, just disbelief. And a massive club's whole direction potentially shifting, all in one night.
It's incredible how one match can sometimes encapsulate so much, isn't it?
It really is. So today we're diving into what, everyone's calling it one of the biggest upsets in ages. Premier League giants, Manchester United beaten by Grimsby Town from the 4th tier. And this isn't just a scoreline, right? It's packed with hope, humiliation, and that kind of raw sporting magic that honestly reminds you why you follow the game.
Absolutely. It's one of those events that just holds so many different threads. So our mission today really is to try and unpack all the layers of what happened. We'll look at how exactly Grimsby Town, from the east coast of England, pulled off this win against a global powerhouse. That was August 27th, 2025.
Exactly. And it's not just about the result, it's the how. We'll look at the massive contrast between the two clubs, not just money, but like their whole philosophy.
Like a completely different world.
We'll trace the match itself, the twists and turns, because it wasn't straightforward. And then connect this one night to, the bigger picture for both clubs, their struggles, their triumphs. You might find some surprising things, maybe a few aha moments about what being an underdog really means.
Definitely. It's a classic underdog narrative, but with some really specific, fascinating details.
So let's paint the picture first, the setting, because the difference is just stark.
Right.
You got Grimsby Town, the Mariners, a club that feels really embedded in its community. Proper working class pride,
Salt of the earth kind of club.
Yeah, known more for just fighting for everything, resilience, rather than lifting trophies. They're doing all right, 4th in League 2 currently. And they play at Blundell Park. It's got this amazing atmosphere, holds about 9,000 people. You can almost taste the history there, the loyalty.
It really represents that heartland of English football, the lower leagues. Community spirit, local identity, often, battling against the odds.
Totally.
Now, contrast that with Manchester United. I mean, the name itself is just synonymous with global fame, trophies everywhere, fans all over the planet.
Huge.
20 league titles, 3 European Cups, and the squad. Bruno Fernandes pulling the strings, Matheus Cunha up front, Benjamin Sesko, this young talent. Look, the transfer fee for just one of those players could probably fund Grimsby for years.
It's staggering, isn't it, that gulf? And it's not just about the cash, it's the weight of expectation.
Yeah.
United can't lose a game like this. For Grimsby, just being on the same pitch is almost a win in itself.
Precisely. And the context for United makes it even more pointed. This wasn't just some random cup game. They'd finished 15th in the league last season.
Dismal, yeah.
Which meant no European football. And that's why they were playing in the League Cup second round in the first place. So, yeah, the odds against Grimsby were, almost astronomical.
So how does a team like United, with all that history, all that talent, find themselves so vulnerable?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What we saw right from the kickoff was this lack of intensity from United. It felt worryingly familiar, actually. It's been a bit of a recurring theme.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
And Grimsby's coach, clearly tactically sharp, spotted it straight away, saw an opening and just went for it.
And boy, did they go for it. Blundell Park was already buzzing. But then, the first goal, Charles Vernam, clinical finish. United's defense just seemed to part ways.
All at sea.
Yeah, and the whole place just erupted. You could feel this wave of belief, like, hang on, maybe.
Yeah.
But the second goal, that was the real statement, wasn't it? Tyrell Warren, a powerful header. Andre Onana in goal for United, absolutely no chance.
Yeah.
Showcased Grimsby's threat from set pieces, but also just desire.
Absolutely. Sheer will to get there first. So halftime hits, and it's an unbelievable 2-0 to Grimsby. You can imagine the scenes. And on the touchline, United's manager, Ruben Amorim, just looked shell-shocked, visibly frustrated. His team, supposedly worth $200 million in attack alone, just couldn't find any rhythm.
No cohesion at all.
None. And they were up against this Grimsby side with academy lads, even a player from the Faroe Islands. Just shows, doesn't it? A well-drilled unit, playing with belief, can overcome individual talent that's not working together.
It really does. The struggle was so obvious. But, eventually, United's quality did start to poke through. Little moment.
Individual moments, yeah.
Brian Bomo scored one. Then Harry Maguire, late on, managed to scramble one in. So 2-2 at full time.
Right. They dragged themselves back into it.
But here's the thing about that comeback. It felt like it was down to those individual sparks, like you said, not really like they'd suddenly clicked as a team. It almost underlined the problems they've been having under Amorim, lack of a clear plan B sometimes.
I agree. It felt a bit desperate rather than controlled. And crucially, in these early rounds of the League Cup, there's no extra time.
Straight to penalties.
Oh, yeah.
The ultimate test of nerve.
Exactly. The whole drama, the whole story, now boiling down to kicks from 12 yards, often where the underdog finds that extra bit of magic.
And magic is definitely the word. What came next was just this marathon shootout. Both teams just kept scoring, back and forth, back and forth. The tension was just unbearable.
Nail-biting stuff.
But then the hero emerges, and it's the most unlikely one. Grimsby's keeper, Christy Pym. Get this, he's actually a lifelong Manchester United fan.
You couldn't make it up, could you? Imagine the conflict. Your job versus your childhood team in a moment like that.
Incredible pressure. But he made this massive save. Matthias Cunha stepped up for United, and it was, well, it was a bit of a weak penalty, wasn't it?
Yeah, quite tame. Pym pushed it away decisively.
And that just set the stage. After, 22 penalties, every player had taken one. It came down to Brian Mbeumo again, United's big summer signing.
The pressure on him must have been immense.
He steps up, hits the crossbar, the sound of it, and they just pandemonium. Blundell Park absolutely exploded. Players, fans, everyone just flooding the pitch. Pure, raw emotion.
An iconic cup moment. You live for scenes like that.
Unforgettable. But for United, this is huge. And not in a good way. It's more than just one bad result. It echoes, doesn't it, that awful 4-0 defeat to MK Dons back in 2014.
It really does. Same competition, same stage. Also, after failing to qualify for Europe, it's an unwelcome pattern.
History repeating itself. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is this just about results, or is it something deeper? How does a club built on winning become? Well, this collection of talented individuals who just don't seem to mesh.
And that inevitably brings the focus onto the manager, Ruben Amorim. He came in November 2024, remember, after a really poor start under Ten Hag.
Yeah, supposed to steady the ship.
But consistency has been a real issue. Only 16 wins in 44 games. That's not great for United. This Grimsby loss comes after a league defeat to Arsenal, a draw with Fulham. So no wins in their first 3 games this season.
Ouch.
And his comments after the match were pretty stark. He said, "The way we started the game without any intensity, we were completely lost." Very honest, maybe too honest for some fans.
And him staying seated during the shootout, watching from the dugout, that definitely raised some eyebrows, didn't it? Felt a bit detached.
It did seem unusual. It feeds into this narrative of pressure, maybe questioning his connection with the players in that critical moment.
Yeah, the body language spoke volumes. And you can't see this Grimsby's result in a vacuum, can you? There's the whole backdrop since Sir Alex Ferguson left in 2013.
Absolutely. Constant turbulence, it feels like.
The Glazer ownership issues. So Jim Ratcliffe coming in with his partial takeover. The job cuts off the pitch, talks about rebuilding or replacing Old Trafford. It all adds up to this feeling of, I don't know, instability, uncertainty.
Chaos, almost, and it inevitably seeps onto the pitch. That expensive squad just hasn't gelled, and nights like this really expose those underlying cracks. It shows how much off-field turmoil can really impact performance.
Definitely. But let's flip it back to Grimsby. For them, this is just pure fairy tale stuff, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. A story they'll tell for decades. Their manager apparently told them before the game, look, no pressure, just go out and enjoy it.
And it worked. Players like Kieran Green talked about feeling that freedom. Charles Vernam said it's a memory that'll live on forever.
And Christy Pym, the hero keeper, admitting he was half fuming because he'd just knocked out his boyhood club.
Haha, brilliant. That just adds so much charm, doesn't it? It's not just about effort. It was clearly tactical, too. They had a plan. They believed in it, and they exploited United's weaknesses. It's a massive win for the community, for resilience, and just for the sheer fun of the cup.
Fair play to them. A perfectly executed giant killing.
You just know what that means to the town, the fans who follow them, week in, week out. But for United, where do they go from here? The road ahead looks pretty rocky.
Extremely challenging. The Europa League is basically their only shot at a trophy now, and they've got Real Sociedad next. Tough game.
Then Arsenal looming in the Premier League. And the fans are already restless, chanting against the owners, against Ratcliffe. Amorim must be feeling the heat intensely.
You'd have to think his job security is under serious scrutiny now. It feels like a critical point. Does this kind of defeat fundamentally change the club's trajectory, its allure?
It's a big question, and for Grimsby. Obviously, back to the reality of League Two soon. But this memory, this achievement, it's huge.
Massive boost. Puts them on the map. gets people talking about them, maybe attract attention, investment. It celebrates everything that's great about the lower leagues.
So when we boil it all down, what have we really seen here? For me, it's just that powerful reminder. Football is unpredictable.
Fundamentally, yeah.
It's a story that's bigger than 90 minutes or penalties. It's about the underdog spirit, the pressure of history, and how even the biggest giants can stumble. It shows that passion, belief, a good plan, and maybe a bit of luck from the penalty spot can change everything. That's why we love it, right? That magic is still there.
Definitely. So the question lingers for Manchester United. Is this just another painful bump on a very long road back? Or does this signal something deeper, maybe a genuine low point in the post-Ferguson years?
And for Grimsby Town, what does a night like this actually unlock? For the players, the fans, the whole community that supports them through everything. How do these moments of pure sporting romance, the impossible dream coming true, actually shape the future for clubs at opposite ends of the football spectrum? Something to think about what this incredible night tells us about the enduring, unpredictable magic of the beautiful game.